Up in the South Bronx, I had two homes. My park, which is where I lived with my friends, and my house, which is where I lived with my family. That's me standing right in front of Public School 75. And that's me acting goofy in front of my house. I lived in this neighborhood my whole life, and I consider every inch of it my home. My name is Everette Hamlette, and I'm a young documentarian from the Bronx. I'm making this documentary on the New York City park named Lion Square Playground, but my friends and I called it 75 Park growing up. For as long as I can remember, this park was neglected by the New York City Parks Department. And by the end of this journey, I am going to find out why.
Yeah, I'm a poor black child from the ghetto. These things make me different from you.
Parks are sites where young people can kind of be free in a certain way, run around, go crazy, and particularly in highly urbanized areas like ours.
This is our home, even though we have our houses where we sleep. By day, this is where we conjugate, this is where we recreate, this is us.
These are the parks where people send their kids to play after school, where you might walk your dog, or where you'll take your toddler to play in the sprinklers on a hot day. These really are at the heart of neighborhoods.
I started asking questions, I started reaching out to people, and this park apparently is a really big deal.
The Bruckner Expressway was opened in my neighborhood in 1973. According to the New York City Planning Department, this made it one of the last roads of the New York City Express system to be built.
It was built so middle class, upper class citizens could cut through the Bronx and head into Manhattan for work.
These are the parks that haven't seen much investment in the last 20 years and stand in contrast to the major parks projects that saw so much attention during the Bloomberg years.
Race and class are extremely reliable indicators as to where one might find the good stuff, like parks and trees, and where one might find the bad stuff, like power plants and waste facilities.
There are big picture things that have an effect on health, and as we plan a city together in the future of our city, we need the voices from those neighborhoods to say what worked and what didn't work.
Having green space, recreational space, it's in terms of health. Parks bring, you have grass, you have trees, you have plants, it helps the environment, it brings air. Parks is where families can come together and have barbecues, have gatherings, meet old friends. Park plays a vital role in our communities.
Every penny counts, and it's important, and we want to get more resources into low-income parks.
But why were they neglected for so long? Why these neighborhoods? Why these parks? Why my neighborhood? Why my park?
And now, please welcome the producer of 75 Park, one of 35, Everette Hamlette.
So what you just saw was a short snippet from my documentary I've been filming since 2017. And can you hear me now? Great. What you just saw is a short snippet of my documentary, which I've been filming since 2017 on a park in the South Bronx. Now, this park has a long history, and this documentary will show you that history in many parts and pieces. Health is a big factor as well. I've actually entered my health journey while filming this documentary, and I was happy to share this part with you. I had to cut it together for you guys today because there's so many pieces to it. And I'll be more than happy to share with you that trailer if you just follow me on Instagram at Everette Hamlette. But that Instagram page has more than just my personal stuff. Hello. It shows my journey as well, because ever since I started filming this documentary, my bond with this park has grown exponentially. And a lot of people overlook local playgrounds in New York City. They only look at the big parks like Central Park, Battery Park, the High Line. Local playgrounds mean as much to us as Central Park means to tourists and people that, when you tell them you're from New York City, that's all they envision. I can go on about parks all day, but I would like to take us from the Bronx to Brooklyn. And I'm happy to turn things over to our next presenters. The women of We Run Brownsville are truly agents of change. In just a few years since its founding, the organization has created a model for leveraging wellness and recreation to celebrate, lift up, and invest local communities. The following film will give us a glimpse into the impact and influence of these remarkable advocates.